Hi, my name's Ashton. Welcome back to Ashton's EDC. Today I am doing a video that I saw from Uncommon EDC. It's an open tag. I've seen a few other people do it, but it's about 5 knives that make me happy. So I really like this idea. Just thinking, kind of going through the collections and thinking which knives really make me happy and what the reason behind that is. So I did some looking through my collection. At this point I have about 25 knives or so in my collection. One of the first ones that immediately came to mind as to the knives that make me happy is the Benchmade Griptilian. Now this knife is, I would consider, one of my first knives that kind of led me in the direction of EDC. It was the first premium knife that I had bought. All the other knives I had before that were mostly from CRKT, Gerber, that kind of thing. But this was the first knife that I got. It is an S30V. There we go. Has the axis lock, of course, classic for Benchmade. One thing I have used this knife a lot. It's not so bad anymore, but at one point I did kind of dull really flatten the tip. So it took me a while to get it resharpened back to where it's nice and pointy again. But this knife I've used quite a lot, and it just really reminds me of kind of how I got started in EDC and my first really good quality knife. And it just really makes me happy just thinking of, yeah, it's just a really good knife and one of my first good quality ones that I ever purchased. The next one is the Spyderco Para 3 in Digi Camo specifically. So before I'd even really gone into knives, I'd seen somewhere online on Amazon or this specific Spyderco Para 3 in Digi Camo, and I just thought it was the coolest knife. I said, you know, one day that's the knife that I want to add to my collection. And so eventually, obviously, I did. I purchased this quite a couple years ago at this point, but it is in, let's see, I forget, S45VN. Of course, it has a compression lock, Digicamo G10 scales. It's a really good knife. If you know anything about EDC knives and the EDC community, you've probably heard of this. Really good ergonomics. Kind of has this choil here you can choke up on. Super good action. Can do the Spidey flick as well. See if I can do it on camera. There we go. And when I got this, it just really made me happy because this is kind of a knife that I've been eyeing ever since the beginning. And I'm really glad that I have it a part of my collection. Coming up at number 3. These aren't really ranked in any order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're just the 5 that knives that make me happy. But the next one is the Spyderco Manix 2 Lightweight. This is a little bit more recent of an addition to my collection. Part of why I love it is just the scales. I've always loved colorful just gear in general, but seems that there aren't so many colorful knives. But when I got this, it's got this nice kind of blue teal scales. I think it's FRN or something like that. But I just really like it. It's super lightweight. I'm a pretty big guy, so to get a knife that fits my hand really well, can even choke up. It's got a really big, nice sized blade, kind of like a leaf-shaped blade. Has this, I forget what they call it. It's like a ball lock or something like that, similar to an access lock. Super good action, but the reason this makes me happy is partly the color, and it just fits so good in my hand without really weighing that much. So that one is coming in at number 3. Now the next 2 are smaller knives in my collection. The next one being the Fox Knives Mini K. This is a little mini folding karambit. It says the name here on the pocket clip. I picked this up from Bespoke Post, I believe, along with one of the monthly subscription orders. Whether or not it is a really functional karambit knife, I wouldn't say so, but it's just a really good little utility knife. It's got the ring here, of course, which I guess you could, put your finger in if you really needed to, but it does have a liner lock, and Partly, again, like I was saying about the color, I just love the orange scales on this. It's got a blacked out blade. It's kind of continues into this pocket clip and finger hole or landing ring or whatever you want to call it. It's a really good little utility knife though. It just, I don't know, when I saw that on the Bespoke Post website, I just was like, I gotta have that. I gotta add that to my collection. I just really love the look of it. I really love the colors. Color is a big thing that I enjoy in my knives. So this one is definitely one of my favorites. And the next one is a bit more of a traditional knife. Excuse me. This is a case knife. This is the only case knife that I have. I honestly don't remember, or I don't know the model or the name or anything like that. I actually picked this up in a combo pack with the Zippo lighter. But it's a dual blade knife. Let's get them both open here. So you see you have the spade blade and then kind of the classic clip point there. So here's this one open. And then the second blade. Part of why I added this knife onto the list here, it just really reminds me of just the classic knives, you know, kind of reminiscent of the Buck 110 that my grandfathers used to carry. It's just a nice size. It's got this, I'm not sure if it's actual jig bone, but it's got this really nice kind of blue jig bone pattern with the red case emblem. Again, the colors, I really like the colors. It's just a nice little slip joint knife. Haven't used it a whole lot, but the blade's still pretty sharp. Sometimes I'll just put this in a little mini pocket sheath or something like that, or just tuck it in my fifth pocket of my jeans or something like that. So yeah, this one, really nice addition to the collection. One of really the few, or maybe even only, traditional knife that I have. So that's the 5. I do have a kind of an honorable mention, and that is this Dijo knife. I'm not sure even what the name of this is. I've had this for quite a while, but it's a very interesting kind of knife. It's very, very minimal. There's not much to it. Very slim. This piece here, that's kind of part of the scale, also acts as the lock, the liner. I guess it would be a frame lock. Again, it's got the kind of clear orange part of the, I guess, scales here. This is actually the, I believe, second or third knife of this exact knife that I bought. The other ones I actually lost. And so I just really loved it so much that I went and I got another one. I got a third one. And so I don't carry this one that much because I don't want to lose it again for a third time. But it's just a really cool knife. You know, super slim and sleek. So yeah, this is just kind of an honorable mention. So again, the 5 knives that make me happy. I've got the Benchmade Griptilian, Spyderco Para 3 Digicamo, Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight with this blue teal scale, the Fox Knives Mini K, and the dual blade case slip joint knife. So those are my 5 knives that make me happy. I would love to hear what yours are. If you enjoy the video, please let me know. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great day.